I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham Ha Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders which rule great millstone wow. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end and above all. Alright, so this is from San Diego Union Tribune. Teen kills 2 in Raleigh neighborhood, 3 along trail. This is what the police are reporting. All right, and I got this article up because to show you that we are in the end days before the Lord brings judgment upon the earth. All right, the earth becomes a violent place. All right, so teen kills 2 in Raleigh neighborhood, 3 along trail. So he went on a killing spree, or she, let's see. A 15-year-old boy fatally shot 2 people in the streets of a middle-class Raleigh neighborhood, then fled toward a popular walking trail where he opened fire, killing 3 more people and wounding 2 others in an attack that left the city reeling and authorities searching for a motive, police said Friday. All right. But the teen was captured. All right. So let's see about let's get that in the scripture. Second Ezra 15. Second Ezra 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, which comes through the so-called white man, the red devil the Bible speaks of. And their hurtful works are fulfilled, therefore saith the Lord. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. And that's why you have the prophets standing up, preaching, prophesying the judgment of Yahweh, because this is what comes after society becomes violent. Judgment. The Lord pretty much wipes the earth free of all these wicked men. It says, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Because you got the wicked, the so-called white man, the red devil, and then you got the heathen nations, the other nations, in bed with him, and including 2/3 of the Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world in slavery. And you got 2/3 here in America that are going to actually make a bed with him by taking his MOTB, his implantable micro RFID, micro CHIP, all right, which they're going to make mandatory for buying and selling, all right, the size of a grain of rice. They're going to want to put it in your forehead or in your hand so that you may buy or sell. And 2/3 of the Israelites in America, which whether they know they're Israelites or not, they're going to be deceived by the red devil, the so-called white man, into taking the RFID microchip. All right? Which it says in verse 4, for all the unfaithful, which those unfaithful Israelites shall die in their unfaithfulness. All right? This is the time of judgment. And it's declared when the earth becomes violent. When the earth becomes very violent, the Lord sends spirits of vengeance like this upon the earth to kill the wicked men. All right? And that's why you got serial killers. All right? You got these men that like to kill the women, the prostitutes and wild women. Those are angels that are actually spirits that are put inside men to actually kill. They kill wickedness off the earth. All right? But eventually it's going to come as a fire. It came as a water during the time as a flood upon the earth. And this time the Lord is sending a spirit of fire which fire is a spirit of vengeance, all right? Let me get that. I can pull that up in the Google. Spirit of vengeance. Right there. Ecclesiasticus 39 verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. And that's why they don't understand these. You know, when you read articles like this, a teen kills 2 in a Raleigh neighborhood, 3 along the trail. You know, you're like, what happened? What got into this guy? I'll tell you what got into him. A spirit, an angel, all right? And it pretty much guided him into this act. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. For vengeance. Let's see what the word vengeance means, okay? Let's see. Web search. Vengeance. Infliction of punishment in return for a wrong committed. Retribution. Alright? Punishment inflicted in return for an injury or an offense. So these are punishments coming from the Lord through men by spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury, that's what that was. That was a fury of bullets. All right? Listen to that. A 15-year-old boy fatally shot 2 people in the streets of a middle-class Raleigh neighborhood, then fled toward a popular walking trail, where he opened fire in a fury of bullets, killing 3 more people and wounding 2 others. So he killed 5 and he hit 7 in an attack that left the city. But he pretty much terrified a city. And authorities searching, and authorities were scared too. These cops are merely men. You know, they're not really superheroes. All right, that's why they're covered in armor. They get in these armored vehicles. They got big groups so that they could outpower you. All right, so these authorities that are just men, they were terrified. Why? Because this spirit of vengeance had possessed this 15-year-old boy to slaughter. All right, just on what day was this? 36 minutes ago. This is October 14th, 2022, a Friday. The year the Lord is turning it up, and he's definitely turning it up. All right? It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, beat your ass to death, shoot your ass to death, in the time of destruction, which, hey, they just had this woman beat, right, out there in, what was it? You just had this woman beat in the subway. These are spirits of vengeance, all right? They're punishing the Lord's enemies. At the same time, he uses them and then he loses them. He'll allow these to be killed, like Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was a spirit of vengeance the Lord used against the homosexual community, and he was punishing the Israelites that were committing that horrible act. See? Spirits of vengeance. This man here is a spirit of vengeance. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which we read that word vengeance means to pay you back for something that you did that was wicked, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction. They pour out their force, and that's what's happening right now. The spirits of vengeance are being roused up because we are at the time of destruction. They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And who made them? Yahweh, through his son Yahushai. And the Lord is very pleased when he sees his judgment go forth. All right? So, right now the earth is becoming very wicked and violent. And let me go ahead and go to Genesis 6, verse 5. It says, and Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And that's how these people are living, in constant abominations on TV, and what's in their mouth, all right, what they're doing, what they're associated with. I was just going through my son's homeschooling, because he was looking up global citizenship, right? And we know what's up with the wicked's imagination. So I went into the study, and right away it calls the teachers the devil's advocate, which I'm hoping to do a sit down, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai willing, I'll be able to do a sit down on the pictures that I took from off of his homeschool. But they were pretty much telling the teacher to be the devil's advocate and convince the kids against their own beliefs, which obviously these kids are, majority of them are taught, some kind of, don't lie, don't do this, don't steal, don't kill, right? Which all goes back to the commandments that were given to the Israelites, all right? But the wicked in even the schooling system is raising these little kids to be Nazis, So this is a very wicked, wicked time in a wicked generation. So we know that soon destruction is what's to come. That's the cure for all this wickedness. It says, and Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. All right, very wicked. And right now it's even more wicked, because they're about to stick a device in your body so that you could buy and sell in their wicked society. And if you agree to that, you will be destroyed in the nuclear destruction that comes for that. And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So these people are just constantly in a state of wickedness. And that's something that the Lord's been showing me through the Spirit, since last week, and really even before that. At our camp, we open a space to where the people can walk through, right? Because they're doing construction, so we had to maneuver, and we moved, and there's a sidewalk, which the brothers stand on one side with the camera, and we stand on the other side, right? So people could walk through. The open public sidewalk is open to the public, so we make room for that, all right? And these people are so zombified, whether it's from the juicy fruit or they're just in a constant state of ignorance. These people get confused right when they come into the middle of the camp between the brothers of the camera and the brothers speaking. Instead of just walking through, which they even see other people walk through, but there'll be people more than the other, more than the wiser ones that have common sense just to walk through. More people stop or try to go around the cars into, driving traffic. These people are literally insane in this generation because they're in a willful, ignorant state. They're in a wicked, wicked state. And it repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth. And that's the state this place is in. All right, the Lord is long suffering for the elect of the nation of Israel, because this is a pitiful, pitiful place. This place was created to be a paradise, and Esau Edom, all right, the so-called white man, the red devil, had made this place a pitiful, pitiful place. So the Lord he's mad, man. He wants to kill to make this right. He wants to kill the wicked. But see, he's waiting for the righteous to separate themselves in the Holy Spirit from the wicked, all right? That's why we're considered virgins. We were never joined to this place. We were never made whole in America or wherever we are. All right, we've always been rejected, and we reject their false philosophies. Whether we knew it or not, the Lord was dealing with us. You know, he was pretty much covering us, protecting us, and guiding us into this truth. So now that we have understanding, we can stand upon our feet and prophesy boldly. All right, that the Lord is soon to destroy you wicked men, the so-called Caucasians. All right, you red devils, the other nations. All right, and even 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which are the Israelites. He's going to put you in that lake of fire because you reject salvation. You reject Yahushua. All right, by taking that wicked device, the MOTB that they're going to mandate on society worldwide, you're pretty much making a deal with the devil, so you're going to die with that devil. All right, nuclear destruction is what's about to happen. It says, and it repented the Lord Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. All right, so the Lord is mad. This is an act of the Lord's anger right here. All right, this is an act of the Lord's anger, and he's going to actually have missiles fired upon this place. All right, after they make that wicked device, the MOTB, and really the device ain't so much wicked. The act is in the act of putting it in your body is the wicked act, you know. But the device was given to them from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which they have an angel named Satan, and that's who the so-called white man prays to, and that angel Satan, which serves Yahweh and Yahushai. All right, he's pretty much deceiving the so-called white man into thinking that they could alter their future, and they can't upset the prophecy. They're going to go into slavery. That's what's happening. All right, the so-called white man is going to go into slavery after his kingdom is destroyed. All right, and that's why in Revelation 18, it says that they, right here, it says in verse 8, therefore shall her plagues, which is America, the whore that rides the beast, plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, which is that nuclear destruction just upon this place, and shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her, which through his son Yahushai, he's going to have all these heathen, which there's a video I came across of the soldier that actually he was openly saying that there's an actual written plan in Esau's military, in the military industry to destroy America with nukes. All right, it's in the Canadian Prepper. If you go to Canadian Prepper and it says words of a wise man, in that video there's two videos. It's very long, a couple hours long. It's an interview, and this guy, he was a soldier. And he's seen it. He said there's a plan that the bankers have, and they're funding Russia, China, and they're setting up these nations like Korea with nuclear powers. And the only one that they don't keep up the nuclear power on, the nuclear warheads and updating the nuclear missiles, is America. Because America, all right, it was never in the plans to be saved, all right, because Yahweh, who controls man, which he does this through the name Yahushai, his son, all right, which Yahushai, he controls man and angel, all right, which he sends Esau and the devil, Satan, which is an angel, all right. And that angel is deceiving the red devil, the so-called white man. At the same time, we have angels that minister to us. All right? It says, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. So these heathen are getting ready for war. For what? To do the will of Yahweh. And then he's bringing in all these Israelites from all over the world. You see, Biden is opening the gates, welcoming them in. Why? For nuclear destruction, or they may be of the 1/3 that are saved in America. But you got Israelites all over the world. But the 2/3 and the 1/3, that takes part in America. Which the 2/3 are going to perish, 1/3 are going to be saved, starting with the hopeful elect. And it says, for strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her. So all these nations that, sell their goods to Americans, the biggest consumers in the world, all right, they're going to pretty much be sad to see the destruction of America, all right, because they're used to getting rich off this place, and lament for her. Then they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Allah's, Allah's, that great city, Babylon, which is America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So it's only going to take 1 hour for all these nuclear missiles to eat the flesh of America. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. And it talks about the merchandise of gold, silver, and precious stones, and of pearls. And, you read that yourself. I'm going to jump down to the bottom of 13. It says, and slaves and souls of men. All right? Souls of men, because they're going to put that MOTB inside you. And if you allow them, you agree to it, all right, then you're going to be here. You're pretty much, the Lord's going to destroy your flesh and your soul, all right, which he's going to torment you in that lake of fire. All right, so you don't want to take that. You don't want to take that MOTB. You want to not agree to it, even if it means you have to die. It says in verse 17, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, so nuclear destruction, and every shipmaster and all the companies in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Allah's, Allah's, that great city, wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, which Yahweh, he's going to be happy, because it just said it repented him that he made man right now. He's looking down upon this place. You got all this chomo, and all this weird shit going on. The Lord is upset. He is very angry. That's why the waters are flooding cities. That's why you got places on fire. That's why you got the people in an uproar, because the Lord is angry. The ways of man is the doing of the Lord. He's telling you that he is angry by every way possible, even by his mouth through the prophets. All right, so when this finally destruction happens, he's going to finally get a release, and as well as Yahweh Shai and all of us, man, we're going to be released from our prison. All right, which made me think of the script that I saw this morning when I woke up. Daily verse, Psalms 142 verse 7, bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise thy name. The righteous shall compass me about. Talking about the brothers that were all gathering together unto Yahweh Shai. For thou shalt deal bountifully with me. All right. So the Lord is going to bring us and save us out of this captivity. And we're all going to rejoice together. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. For Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, hath avenged you on her. And this is why the Lord is sending spirits of vengeance. All praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders, which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure until the end. Shalom and abab abal.